Okay, we should be live. Should be live now at least. Let's post this video. Share. Done. There we go. Let's see. Where do I need to go to see all the information? Make you smaller. Okay, this. Refresh that. If anyone's in here, welcome. And I want to see live chat. Someone send a message if you guys can actually see or hear or any of that jazz. Because right now, I think I'm alone. Says I'm streaming, so I believe I'm streaming. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if people join. Then I know I'm live. It says I'm live. Cool. Cool beans. Let's get a game set up here. Let's go back over here. Sorry. I'm sure there's people watching and being like, what's going on? He's not really talking. He's not really doing anything. It's because I'm just setting out the information for the playtest I'm going to be doing today. That is why I'm less than interesting right now. Alright, that is all done. Good. Let's go like this. Good. Sounds good. One person is watching the stream right now. Welcome, whoever that one person is. It's quite alright. Okay. And this, let's make sure that's correct. Looks correct. If you're there and you want to send a message, feel free. I am wide open to chatting with whoever's there. The objective for today, so anyone that's watching this video, I guess, later, because, eventually this will probably be just live on the Giant Monster Games YouTube channel. Today we're going to be play testing the new game, the CCG we're building. I keep calling it a CCG. Realistically, I don't know if it's actually going to be a collectible card game, or if it's just going to be a, living card game, or just a card game, or whatever. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It might be a collectible card game. That is completely possible. Or a trading card game, where it's less about collecting and more about trading. I don't really think there's any actual difference. But today we're going to be playtesting it. I know that there are some major flaws in the game, and we're going to try to expose them. We're going to try to talk about them a little bit here today, and then we're going to be able to go from there. And then we'll be able to, start designing and developing what's going to change and why. Along with this, there'll also be probably like an every 2-week, quick video recap on a Friday of like, hey, this is what's changing in the game, and this is why, and these are things that we've done and things we're not doing. So that's what that is. Yes. So start sending stuff. I'm not sure why this is not showing that I'm live or whatever. It doesn't matter. No data. Very strange. Very strange. Other than that, how's everyone doing today? Just trying to get to this thing. Other than that, how's everyone doing? Okay. Can I pop this out? I can. Cool. Alright. Well, currently we are waiting for, just for anyone's that is not fully aware of what's going on. Currently we're waiting on the person that's going to be playtesting me to jump in. That is fine. Yeah, so we're going to wait for him to jump in, and then we are going to load up Tabletop Simulator, which is what we are using to playtest in. And we are going to run some games and see how things go. So it should be relatively exciting. Should be fun. For those that don't know, Battle is, as I already kind of mentioned, but I'm just going to mention it some more because I'm just trying to kill time at this point. Battle is a 2+ player card game, a collectible style card game similar to Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, Legends of Runeterra, Force of Will. There's a bunch of games similar to it out there, and it is. We're going to be designing it so you can actually, then we'll eventually hopefully print it. Some of the things that we'll be doing along with this project is we're going to be voting on theme, developing theme, creating art, all kinds of other fun stuff. Additionally, it'll hopefully be a learning tool as well for a lot of people on how they go about building a card game. If they're interested in game development, whether it's a board game or a video game, there should be a pretty interesting process on, for that side of it as well. Alright, and I need to load up my game in Tabletop Simulator. We can load that up. And let's go here. Okay. That should be fine. But yeah, I'm assuming because I haven't posted anything, I've been like, hey, check it out, I'm going to go live streaming or anything like that. People probably aren't aware that I'm doing a live stream today. If everything goes according to plan, if everything goes according to plan, this will be like a every week, every Wednesday around this time slot kind of thing. So that'll be exciting if you're, that's a thing. So while we are waiting, let's actually throw some posts out to other places on the internet to see if anyone else wants to join us. So let's go like this. Where is it? So we're going to throw some posts, people being like, hey, check it out, we're going live. Does this place have one? I thought they did. Rules information. I guess not. Promote your work. Okay, let's go here. And we're going to say, making a CCG card game. Playtest with A. Okay. I definitely need to eventually, at some point, make a better thumbnail for this, because right now it just is like it's just my banner, which is less than exciting, I will admit. But hopefully one day it'll be more exciting. So, yeah. I don't want to post here. Or here. What about Jolt's channel? Do they have a promote your stuff? They have a live stream section? I don't think they do. They do not. What about Rorik's thing? Promote your stuff. Okay. Currently still have no one in. It's fine. I'm okay. I'll survive. My heart is broken, but it's okay. Well, I'm here. Do I want to stay on the big screen? Do I want to stay big screen like? I guess so. I can just tilt this down as well a little bit. I realize you guys are seeing like me like way down here, which is kind of weird, a little bit awkward. It's part of the game. Let's flip over to Tabletop Simulator. And let's see if I need to adjust anything. I can make this a bigger. Yes. And do I want to put it up here? If I put it up here, I can make it even bigger. Alright, I'm going to go like that. Then you guys can see me nice and big up there. So this is the current setup. For anyone that's not sure, this is the current setup of the game. I kind of did sorry, let me take one step backwards. So digressing. This is Tabletop Simulator. Tabletop Simulator is it is a platform, a video, on Steam, where you can essentially put in or play board games in a video game, essentially. So you can import all of your own cards, import whatever you want, and have it all here for you to play with. So what I did is I imported and built the game at its current state inside of Tabletop Simulator, and then we can play Tabletop Simulator. So you can like move stuff around, you can flip tokens over, all kinds of other fun stuff, which is very fun and very cool. So we have our decks of cards. The way it's currently laid out for anyone that is watching, it is we have our main deck over here. We have our reserve over here. We have our 2 locations that our decks are built up over here. I'd have to rotate this so you can see it. So it's Dark Undercity and Bright Horn Labyrinth are the 2 locations that we were playing with in this exact deck, this build. The decks are identical, for the record. And then we have our main deck and our reserve, as I already said. What do I want to do? Oh, I'm rotating the camera. I don't want to do that. Let's go back to my camera. Let's re-zoom that back into the right spot. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make my life just a touch easier here. And I am going to save this camera. Oh, I can make my camera even bigger if I push this over even farther. Let's do that. Okay, so let's go like that. And we'll go Control 2. It's camera 2 saved. Let's make this bigger even. So you guys can see my big, beautiful, lovely, not so lovely face. A little bit better. And yeah. Get that to touch smaller. Okay. Do we have anyone in yet? Has anyone joined yet? Let's refresh this and find out. I'm assuming no. Still no one watching. It's fine. It's quite alright. Because realistically, this is a playtest session. So the live streams are more of a playtest session than anything else. So this is why they exist. Yeah. Some other interesting information for anyone that is not watching right now, but might be watching later. Eventually, in the very near future, we are upgrading our internet, so I will have less latency issues. And that's been a huge issue in the past, is we've had kind of mediocre at best internet. So live streaming has been really difficult. So that is being fixed, hopefully in the very near future. So then, yeah, so I won't have to deal with crazy latency issues. Other things that'll be happening probably with the live streams down the road as well, is we will be playing Magic and other card games, just kind of see what's going on. But ideally, the playtests will happen on these live streams. Also, these streams might happen at different times as well throughout the day, or throughout the day or throughout the week, rather than always on Wednesday, kind of midday. Because I know Wednesday midday, some people just can't physically watch. Some people can, but not everyone. So it's kind of some interesting points of reference there. I also need to find a good spot for my camera. Right now I have it here. I mean, I'd humored having it here for a bit, but I think we're just going to leave it here for today. Because I do look at both screens, and I guess ideally it would be like right here. But unfortunately then you see all the other kind of ugly stuff in the basement. And I'd rather you kind of see the shooting area over here. So, you know, it's one of those things. Hey, we got someone in chat, finally. Been waiting. Hello, Aaron. Welcome in. Are you in the Discord, Aaron? I hope so. That'd be great if you were. Because all of the other information for the game that we're going to be playtesting today is in the Discord, or on the Discord. Let's also flip over to the full screen again while we wait for other people to roll in. You know what? I gotta readjust my camera. Realize my head's way in the wrong spot. So yeah, Aaron, good to meet you. Good to see you. Welcome in. I hope you saw the other stuff. Oh, you should have said first. That is an accurate statement as well. Hopefully there's not too much latency. Hopefully there's not like a huge gap between when you ask a question and when I respond to it. So yes. What else are we waiting for? I can close that. And we're just waiting for Jeremiah to finish up. Oh, we got him. Now here's the question. Aaron, can you hear Jeremiah, or is he not coming through? Pretty standard latency. Okay, well, that's good to hear. How's it going? Do you want me to call it Jeremiah, or what do you, Bob? What do you want me to refer to you as? Or Jeremiah? Okay, that works. Whatever is best for you, realistically. Sounds good. Let me see. Yeah, sounds good. I posted the game and the password on the. You cannot hear him. Okay, I posted the game and the password. You can just search it up. It's a public game, so you can just join straight in. And let me see if I can get it so people can hear you. Speakers. Okay, let's see. Can you talk for me? Just give me a test 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's not that one. One of these has to be it. At some point, we'll figure it out. I probably should have done some testing before we did a live stream. Oh well, that happens. Nope. It's because I've uploaded it to the network on my side. So once you join the game, all the assets should be there. It's through my cloud. You'll be accessing it. Yeah, should be look for the game. Should be that name, and then the password should be that. Just so we can't have anyone joining, and that's what it's going to be. Actually, let me take a look at Discord. Maybe that's where I can find out. Voice and video. There should be a search up at the top right. Okay, well let me go back. I'm gonna try remake it. So create multiplayer. Alright, well, I just remade it, so it should be there. I have no camera 2 saved. That's awkward. No, we're trying to figure out. Sorry, Aaron. We're trying to figure out why you can't hear him, and I can't seem to figure it out yet. I think it's because you need to be able to hear through what I'm hearing in my headphones, but it's not coming through. Let me just run down all of these. Count to 100 for me, and I'll see if I can see your audio popping up here.
Ten, 11, 12.
Okay, it looks like that got it there. So you should be able to hear him now. Aaron, were you able to hear him when he was counting there to 10 or 12 or 100? It's showing that I have desktop audio now, so.
16, 17. Choose a color.
Okay, so you found
Choose
it.
a color. By the way, I haven't even really played with TTS. At least not.
It's pretty easy. Okay, cool. We can hear you. Excellent. So I'll give you a quick rundown of how to play in the game, or play in Tabletop Simulator. How's that? Let me flip over to Tabletop Simulator so Aaron can actually see what we're talking about here. And I can bring this over here, like so. All right, good. Okay, so anything that you see except for the lines, the stuff that's clearly like painted on the ground, you can interact with. You can just click it and pick it up and move it and do whatever you want with it. Everything has physics, so if you throw something, it'll actually slide or move. So don't throw stuff, otherwise it'll like bonk into everything in like an actual table. To draw a card off a deck, you just click and drag a card off. To put it back in the deck, you just hover over and drop it, and it'll put it in there. To pick up an entire deck, you click and hold until the deck lifts up, and then you can move it around. And then to rotate stuff, so if you take out a card, I'm not sure if you can see where I'm at here. I don't see your hand. Can you see where I'm at in the middle of the table?
Yeah, because I think I'm still coming in as an spectator.
Weird. Let me try change team for you.
It's telling me to choose a color, but the color dot that I'm only seeing is gray spectators. I'm not sure if...
Oh, change color. Oh, it's great. Oh, hold on. Can I make players? We're learning together.
Gray spectator. No, let's see. Not enter that. Click your name in the top right. Top right. Change color.
Oh yeah, so
and then,
then you should see all of the different colors.
Oh.
So like I'll be blue. Actually, I'm not gonna be blue. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna change my color to red.
Okay, you be red. I'll be blue. That makes sense.
Right, cool.
Uh,
All right, there you go. Now you should be able to interact with anything. We should be able to see you as well.
Now it works.
Okay. Let me just resave this camera. All right. So, as I said, you can grab and move stuff, take it off cards off of decks, so on and so forth, as you would expect. To rotate, it's Q and E. I have it set to 90 degrees turn, so at the very top of your screen, there'll be a rotation angle. It's usually set to 15 at default. You can change it to 90, which is the most useful. Okay, let's go like this. Yeah, so you're still set at 15. If you up at the top where it says 15, like at the very, very top of your screen, on the right-hand side, if you change that to 90, so just click on it until it goes to 90, it'll flip at 90 degrees.
Oh, okay.
Which makes life a lot easier. So it's Q and E are to rotate right and or left. Yeah, perfect. See, just like that. So yeah, did you read over the rules for the game, or do you want me to give you a run through?
Give me a run.
Okay, so and Aaron, I guess you get a run too as well. So the way the game works is we've both theoretically, before playing the game, we both went and chose a location. Oh, and you can hold Alt over top of a card to zoom in on it. So we both chose two locations, which are the two things on the side of your deck here. These locations determine, one, what cards you can have in your deck, and two, how much health your deck theoretically has. So we both have Dark Undercity and Brighthorn Labyrinth. So Dark Undercity allows us to play rogues from any faction. Currently there are no actual factions, but there'll eventually be, I don't know, 6 or something. And then the second one is you can have Tower Watch, which is a type of faction theoretically in your deck. So our deck is built around those kind of ideas. And then the shield icon is how much hit points or how much health these locations have. Okay? We have two different decks. We have a deck that is on the side here in green. That is our main deck. So this is our main deck of cards. And then we have in the blue down at the bottom here, we have what's referred to as our reserve. Think of the reserve as your sideboard, except the sideboard in this game you can access throughout the actual game quite easily. Or there's lots of cards that allow you to access it. Yeah, these little pips that are down here at the bottom in the gray box area, these are our mana. We're starting with 4. Originally we were starting with 1, but I ran into a new fun little issue that was not so fun, so we're doing 4 now. which I'll explain a little bit later, I think. And that's about it for the exact time being. If you want, we can start playing.
The reserve doesn't have to be shuffled, right?
The deck should already be shuffled. So if you pick up a deck like this and you just move it around, you'll see that it's getting shuffled.
I mean, the reserve cards.
No, they do not need to be shuffled because you're never technically drawing from your reserve. You're only ever accessing your reserve. So, yep. And theoretically, if we were playing a game down the road, the idea would be that the game is supposed to be designed as a best of one currently. And what it would be is you would reveal your locations at the beginning before you start the game, and then you would sideboard stuff from your reserve in or out, depending on the match you're playing.
Okay.
But obviously, we're not doing that really because, one, our decks are identical, and two, we don't have like a big selection of cards to pick from. So, yeah. To draw cards, you hover over your deck and you hit the number 1, and you do that 4 times. Oop, I did it a whole bunch of times. Okay, let me put these all back. Apparently I drew like 7 cards or something here, which is not what I wanted to do. Gotta put them all back! Alright, Aaron, do you have any questions, if you're still watching? Or anyone else that's watching currently? Is anyone else watching? How many people we have watching? Let's take a look. We have... Hey, 4 people are watching. Anyone else have questions? Feel free to ping them. We can answer them as we go. Put these back in here. Again, for anyone that's just joining us and that is not aware of what's going on in the channel, this is Codename Battle. It is the CCG that we are building on the channel now. Now, if you want to get involved in that, join the Discord, and that's where all the fun happens. Okay, so let me reshuffle this, and then I will draw my 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so ideally, right now we don't have any mulligan rules. So again, this is going to be something we're going to be testing down the road. But currently there are no mulligan rules. These are the cards you drew, these are the cards you have. And then we need to determine who's going to go first. So here's a die, you will just roll off. I rolled a 1. And you rolled 2, so you can go first if you really want. The best way to place it is if you look at the shadow of the item, that's where it'll land.
Oh, the shadow.
Yeah, it's the easier way of doing it. So, but yeah, and we've drawn our cards. So, so these are the cards I have for anyone that's watching over there. And the cards I have, they probably mean nothing to you guys, but that's what they are. So the way the game is played is on your turn. Well, so the game is played in a series of rounds. And then throughout those rounds, we take turns doing stuff. So the beginning of the game, right now, where we are at, is we then go through the untap phase or the refresh phase, where if we had anything, we would refresh it. So untap units, turn over resources, so on and so forth. Obviously, we don't have any of those, so it doesn't really matter. And then we both draw a card. So you draw another card.
Mm-hmm.
And then currently in the game, there is what's referred to as a economy step. And this is how we get more mana. So we can put a card from our hand on the bottom of our deck. And this is how you get more mana. But actually, you know what? We're going to skip that. The last time I playtested it, I found that really sucked as a game mechanic. Because it kind of led to this like mid-game where either you have not enough mana to play stuff because you've been holding on to cards, or not enough cards because then you have too much mana. So we're just going to say that you get a mana at the beginning of each round. So maybe we'd start with 3 and we'd get a 4th one right now. So we have 4. And then from there, it goes to whoever has the initiative token. So we need to determine who has the initiative token, which is you. So we're just going to go like this and put a red dice on top of your deck. The initiative token is the player that acts first on any phase, essentially. So you on your now, because you get to technically start with the first turn, and you have the option of playing a unit, playing a spell, activating an ability, which we don't have any on play because it'd be on units, going to combat if you had units to attack with, or you can pass your turn. So you'd choose one of those, and then you would do that action essentially.
Then I just drag it to the table.
Yep, drag it to the table. These are your mana down here, so you can hit the F button to flip them over.
Ooh.
Oh, you had the card selected as well. It's fine. Okay.
Okay.
So you played Bloodmaster Mage. So when I survive damage, I deal 1 to target location. Okay. I don't have any responses for that. None that I want to play, I should say. So I guess that's the end of your turn now. It's my turn to play creatures or do other stuff.
All right. Give me a second. Just to close it.
Yep. Yeah. So I think I'm going to end up playing my Hero of the Parish, which is 3 mana. Or 3 resources. He is a 2/3 human paladin. When I survive damage, reveal the top card of your main deck. If you reveal a unit, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put that card on the top or bottom of your main deck. So he's a little bit of card filtering. And do you have any responses? I mean, currently there's no counter spells or in the game or anything like that. There's like technically direct damage spells, but that's about it right now. Again, the decks are pretty generic in a lot of ways because they're designed to like show that the game can be played, and then we'll be designing from there. So.
Yeah. No, I don't have a response.
Okay, yeah, it's your go. So essentially, if you attacked right now, and I assumably blocked, we would both units would take 2 damage. Damage is persistent, so we would track it on the unit, so neither of these guys would die. I would then reveal the top card of my deck. If it's a unit, I can put it in my hand, otherwise I'd put it at the bottom, and you would deal 1 damage no matter what to one of my locations.
Right.
Additionally, something I forgot to kind of mention as well. If you look underneath your location, you can look under mine here because I have it revealed. When it is destroyed, there is a effect that happens once it's destroyed, and then there's sometimes a passive effect. So, example, if Dark Undercity was destroyed, you reveal any number of rogue cards in your hand, then you draw a card for each rogue revealed. Refresh rogues you control, and all resources you control. And then rogues get +1/+0 until end of forever.
What else can I do?
You can play more cards out of your hand, or you can just pass, or you can go to combat. And you don't have to go to combat either. And for the record, we both get combat. Combat's not exclusively to one player or the other.
So if I go to combat, then I have to turn it, right?
Correct. But you can block.
If you block it.
Yep. You can block with
it,
exhausted units if you wanted. If I attacked the next one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So exhausting a unit means that it can't attack again. It also means that if it had an ability, it couldn't use that ability. So in a lot of cases, you kind of have to choose between attacking with a unit or using that unit's ability.
Well, my unit's ability is. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just attack them.
You want E or Q? Either one.
Q. Okay. Q it is.
All right. So obviously I'm going to block. So we can grab some dice here. And so take 2 damage. I'll get a dice for you. You take 2 damage. And then you can... So the way combat technically works, but there's only 1 unit, is you would declare your attackers. We could do anything. We declare blockers. We could do anything. So we'll run through the actions.
Okay,
Let's run through the actions as they're supposed to be. So you would declare your attacker, and then we say, does anyone have anything they want to do?
Okay. So priorities with me right now. Right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. let's throw that fast spell there.
Okay. So that guy, that's going to do 2 damage to this guy. I'm assuming to this guy, because it's any target, so it also could be a location as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're good. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to take 2 damage right away. I will still block, because I think card advantage is probably good. So I would declare blockers. We can then decide, does anyone have anything to do? Again, so I'm assuming you have nothing because you're tapped out. I have 1 mana. So that, and then currently in the rules, and I think I'm going to change it down the road, is you go and you resolve combat 1 set of units at a time. So there's only 1 set of units, so we would do this combat right here. So yeah, so we both hit each other at this point. You're just reading Brighthorn Labyrinth.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'll take 2 damage as well.
Yeah, this guy is going to die. And it's when I survive or when I... Oh, sorry, when this guy survives damage. So this should have triggered when you did your Quick Bolt. So
right.
yeah, so I'm revealing Undercity Taxiist. It is a unit. If you want to read it, you can. So Undercity Taxiist, when I become blocked, you may search your reserve for a rogue card that costs 2 or less and reveal it and put it into your hand. I don't think I put any rogues in our reserve decks, actually, so that's kind of useless. But, it's fine. I'm going to put it in my hand anyway, so. Okay. This guy then will die. Your guy gets to fire off his, so which location would you like to do damage to?
Yeah, I'm going to damage the labyrinth.
Damage Labyrinth. Okay. Nope, that's the wrong way. So that goes down to 9. Okay. And then it goes back to me, because combat was your action. And I will play... I'm going to play this guy. So this is Sabotage Agent. When I attack, I deal 1 to the location I'm attacking. So it's more or less the same ability as this guy, except for it does damage to the specific location he's attacking rather than a choice.
Oh, so when we attack, we need to declare which one we attack.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot to mention that as well. The game's new to me as well. I'm still learning the game, despite the fact that I've been working on it. So.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I've got nothing.
Okay, so we can go to the next turn. I'm going to steal the priority token. We technically go through end of round things, so if there was at end step stuff happens, we don't have any of that, so we kind of just run through it. We pass the priority token, and then we go back to the next turn. So we do the refresh phase. So we can refresh all of these. You can refresh your unit. And you can just drag select your tokens as well to make it nice and fast to flip them. And then just F to flip them all. Great. And then because we're playing with the new rule of at the beginning turn we get a new one of these. Oh, they're nice and big. You can hit the minus sign to make them smaller as well. So they're not taking up all of your space. Okay.
How? Oh.
Plus and minus when you're hovering over it. We'll make it smaller.
Okay.
I just threw a bunch in a bowl here so we had easy access. Okay, draw a card. Okay, so for anyone that's at home that's watching, I drew this guy. And it is now my turn to take an action. I think I am going to play another one of these guys. It's all right. Sorry, I'm coughing there. I don't know what the mute button is. 1 second. Ooh, sorry about that. Have a sip of water. Okay, do you have any response to me playing another Sabotage Agent? Agent.
Mm-hmm.
So I play another one of these guys, and if you have no response, then it is your turn.
It's my turn. Uh,
Also, anyone that's watching, feel free to ask questions. Again, we're playtesting and just testing out. This is the new card game that we are working on the channel.
so during a turn, you each have only one attack swing.
Yes, correct. So we get attack.
And mhm.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
And you can are you able to split the attacks between the two locations, or do you have to
Currently,
attack just one location?
currently no. Currently, you would attack one location.
Great. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think
Because I think honestly, it would be a more interesting ability to put it on specific creatures that they could attack different than all in the one.
put a night body.
Knight body counter. So whenever you and your opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on me. Okay. Fun times. And I have no response for that.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's go like. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do here. Let's take a look at this card. So here's another card we're going to play right now. So this is Clever Merchant. So this is one of the cards that allows you to access your reserve. So on play, so when I play it, so not when it enters play, but when it actually gets played, you may barter one, and barter one currently is a rule where put one card from your hand into your reserve deck, then search your reserve deck for one card and put that into your hand. And I don't have to reveal. I don't have to reveal either of them, which is also super handy. So, so we're gonna put, for anyone at home, we're gonna put this card here into my reserve deck. So that guy can go like this, and then I can, and you can go right click on and hit search when you want to search through a deck. So if you ever want to take a look at what's actually in your in your deck itself, so you know what you're playing, you can just right click and search as well. So we're looking for a banger of a card. What do we got here, guys? What do we got here? What do I want? Sorry, I'm just gonna have to read my own cards. I don't know what I want. Okay, so I'm gonna take this card and put it into my hand. Oh, I don't think I went into my hand. There we go. All right, so I'm taking this card, everyone. It's I'm just gonna read them out loud so anyone can see, even though it's okay that you get to see what it is. So this is a rally the troops. When played or discarded, put a 1/1 counter on target unit you control. All right, and that would be my turn. Well, I guess it technically you play it, the effect happens, and then there is a trigger or whatever when it enters play. But you could also respond to it while it's on the stack as well, if you wanted, if you had anything to respond with. Otherwise, it is your turn.
I'll play my own
Ooh,
sabotage agent.
your own sabotage agent. And I don't have any response for that. Okay, so my turn.
Okay.
Are you playing a Clever Merchant, you said, or you're playing the Sabotage Agent? Sabotage.
This
Yeah.
sabotage.
Alright, cool. Okay, I'm going to play with my last mana. I'm going to play Undercity Taxiist, which is when I become blocked, you may search your reserve for a rogue card that costs 2 or less, reveal it, and put it into your hand. I realize I don't think I have any rogues in my side deck that cost 2 or less. I don't, so that's basically useless, but you know, it's a thing. It happens. Okay, your turn. dun, dun, dun. Yeah, one of the things I've kind of noticed is I think I need to make things.
Do I want to do anything? Mm,
I'm not really sure. I think one of the things that, like, from my last playtest as well, that I've already learned, and I'm seeing it again right now, is I need to make like everyone's butts bigger. Because right now it's essentially if you attack, you kind of lose everything, and you're not. It's hard to push through damage.
right.
That as well as making cards that are combat trick cards, which we don't really have much of in our deck. So stuff like like fast spells that give +1/+1 or +1 + whatever until end of turn or something like that, or different things that you can like swing in with units and then essentially gotcha on your opponent, or force certain blockers to block certain units as well. So stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Mhm. Okay. You know what? I'll pass.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go outright attack. So let's. Oh, that's neat. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but it'll work. Okay, so I'm going to combat, and theoretically, the way it's written in the rules right now is I'm supposed to order these with how I want combat to resolve.
Oh,
Which
okay.
the more so, and it's from my perspective, so it'd be this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. But the more I play tested that last time, we're gonna play that way for this round, like for this
Mhm,
game. But
mhm.
the more I played it, the less fun that seemed, and the kind of one of the suggestions that came up was is you put your units down to attack like this, and only one unit may block one unit, so you can't like double block or triple block. You can only single block.
Okay.
Double blocking or triple blocking will be a ability on a card. It'll be like a keyword essentially. So you can like double block. Essentially, it's banding, but not broken or not stupid. But the way was suggested to try combat would be that from depending on whose perspective, so we need to figure that out. Is you would decide which combat gets resolved in which order. So example being like this is say, okay, I'm gonna attack with these four guys, and then you block however you want to block, and then the defender would say, okay, this is the first combat we're resolving is these guys here, and then you resolve these two, say if it was these two, and then the attacker says, okay, we're gonna resolve these two next, and so on and so forth. And this becomes interestingly relevant when you have a card that says, this example, say Sabotage Agent, instead of it being when I attack, I deal 1 damage to the location I'm attacking. If it had an ability like Rogue's got +1/+1, the defender might say, I want to block that unit first because that combat gets resolved. If that unit dies, all the rest of the units then lose that +1/+1. So it kind of it creates a different series of events with how you choose to resolve combat. Does that make sense? Did I say words that made sense? Anyone watching at home, does that make sense? What I said? Also on the declare
Yeah.
attack, the sabotage agent does 2 damage. I need to declare where I'm attacking, so I'm going to attack the Dark Undercity. And so these two fire off 1 damage each right away.
All right. Is it minus? Oh,
It's a Q and E. It's the same thing. It's technically rotating the dice, goes up and down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Q and
yeah, it's the same as rotating.
E. There we go. That's cool. Um, so that's already Dark Undercity is already your target.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dark Undercity is my target here.
I will.
All right, so Aaron, it
Well,
made sense to Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. Thanks for hanging out and watching as well, by the way.
what I want to do is it?
I mean, you're not obligated to block anywhere as well, right? You don't have to block if you don't want to. Though there is currently no cards in our decks that heal damage, so that's another thing. Slowly compiling a list of like keywords that should be